I'm Dr. Carolyn Person, and this is the second presentation in the 5-part series about the systematic curricular redesign, in which all traditional courses taught face-to-face are designed according to the quality criteria required by the Quality Matters program for online courses. In some instances that I have personally observed, there is a need for changing teaching practices by designing, creating, and implementing technology-rich pedagogy that facilitates student engagement. I believe that this is caused by several challenges and issues that might be common to institutions of higher education. Additionally, the need for change might arise in response to the emphasis placed on the centrality of student learning from regional accrediting agencies. Challenges and issues to overcome include the need for interactive, engaging, and effective undergraduate education curricula, retiring faculty, decreasing enrollment, increasing industry dissatisfaction with university graduates, student dissatisfaction with university educational experience, online and traditional courses having the same academic rigor, and the PhD not being a teaching degree. Several issues can be addressed by systematic redesign. Institutions of higher education can emphasize the centrality of student learning, quality course design, quality course delivery, documentation of student learning, compilation of evidence, customer satisfaction, reconfiguration of academic courses, and alignment of programs with student learning. Accrediting commissions have revised their standards and evaluation processes to make the focus on student learning outcomes central to the accreditation review process. At the core of these new approaches are such questions as, what are students learning? Is it the right kind of learning? What difference is the institution making in their lives? What evidence does an institution have that ensures it is worth the student's investment? And is the program review and evaluation conducted focused on program impact on student learning? The centrality of student learning must be the central focus of an institution of higher education. The ultimate goal of teaching is to enable learners to gain wisdom within the discipline being taught. The nature and characteristics of the coursework is a determining factor. The result of transformed pedagogical strategies is effective teaching. What is effective teaching? How do you know it when you see it? How do you know if students are learning? The aim of teachers in the curriculum to be learned should be to enlighten and awaken, not stalk or train the mind. According to Wiggins, 1989, we as teachers should help students be aware of what they don't know that is worth knowing. Traditional and aligned instruction are the two basic types. Traditional instruction is teacher-centered. Aligned instruction is student-centered. The comparison of instructional types illustrates several basic characteristics. First, traditional instruction is teacher-centered. The instructional goal is to cover a certain amount of content. A standardized curriculum and a course syllabus make up the structure. The delivery is teacher-centered with minimal use of alternative teaching strategies. Learning assessment focuses on tests of content knowledge administered to all students and consists of intragroup comparison of knowledge learned. Second, aligned instruction is student-centered. The instructional goal is to build new student skills, knowledge, and attitudes, thereby empowering them to gain wisdom. The structure is based on learning outcomes and is aligned with assessment. The delivery is student-centered with use of alternative teaching strategies. Learning assessment focuses on individualized student monitoring of knowledge and mastery of learning outcomes and consists of students being individually measured against learning and performance outcomes. Instructors who implement aligned instruction have very distinct traits. They focus on the learning outcomes expected from the instruction and have a genuine concern for and interest in learners. These instructors maintain high expectations for learners and themselves. They have a deep commitment to teaching excellence and professional growth, have subject matter expertise, and are enthusiastic, energetic, and possess excellent communication and human relations skills. Instructors who implement aligned instruction are flexible, innovative, and able to change methodology based upon the performance of learners. Additionally, they understand teaching and learning styles as well as the differences between teaching adults and youth. Finally, this type of instructor understands the importance of developing thinking skills in learners and the transfer of learning to other situations as they actively engage learners in lessons. An educational program prepares students to enter a profession and typically ranges from 2 to 5 years in length. Programs usually consist of 12 to 20 courses, and each course usually consists of 10 to 30 lessons, depending on how the lessons are designed in terms of size and complexity. Deciding what to teach is the first most important step in planning instruction. Before effective teachers can decide what to teach in a given lesson, they need to identify overall course outcomes, also referred to as objectives. They must identify program, course, and lesson outcomes. The outcomes for a program should be a mission statement that reflects the professional requirements in a given field. They should be broad in nature and indicate the number of courses needed. Course outcomes are broader than those at the lesson level but not as broad as those at the program level. A formal evaluation component should be considered for course outcomes. The outcomes are authentic performance statements that build on and demand the integration of specific lesson outcomes. In planning course outcomes, the instructor must determine what students need to know about the content of the course and what they already know. The outcomes for lessons are created after the major program and course outcomes have been identified. The instructor is now ready to identify how various lessons lead to those outcomes. It is important to be able to measure the degree to which students have achieved the lesson performances. Performances at the lesson level are typically sub-performances of major course outcomes. Any definition of instructional design includes development of learning outcomes. Delivering relevant instruction mandates that instructors make previous instructional decisions, understand principles of learning, know how to accommodate learning styles, and implement events of instruction such as the introduction, development, and consolidation events. Modes of instruction are of critical importance. Examples of modes of instruction include lecture, small groups, demonstration, discussion, self-directed learning, mentorship, projects, collaborative learning, case studies, forums, and portfolios. My perspective of effective instruction is that it should evolve from expertise, experience, and enlightenment. In my opinion, these are the 3 E's of instruction, thereby creating what I refer to as E-cubed instruction. Faculty members who teach must transform students in 3 ways. First, by drawing on their own personal expertise as a principal element of instruction. Second, by using current and effectual textbooks, instructional materials, learning opportunities, multimedia, and appropriate technologies. And third, by enlightening students with engaging, effective, interactive, and technology-rich instruction that enables students to study, learn, apply, and have successful life, learning, and career experiences. This is my contact information. Email me, and let me know what you think. Let's talk.